It's a warm and sunny Sunday afternoon at the Big A. Perfect for the final game of this three-game series between the Angels and the Oakland Athletics. And even though Oakland has won the first two games of this series, the Angels still have a 5-game lead in the American League West. The magic number is 4 to knock out the Texas Rangers. Rory Marcus along with Mark Gubicza from the Big A today. Final game of the series against the A's. And for the Angels, the standings right now, that's one thing, Gooby, the magic number and all of that. But really, the team has to start playing better.
I don't think they even worry about the magic number or the standings right now, worrying about the way the Rangers are playing at home against Tampa. They got to refocus the way they're playing their brand of baseball. Mike Scioscia had a closed-door meeting and say, listen, don't worry about that 800-foot home run. Don't worry about throwing the ball 150 miles an hour or making a great play in the field. Make consistent, routine plays, good approaches at the plate. It'll take care of itself. So that's why I think you got to go back to what it was in Fenway after they lost those first two games and put together a great game. That was the biggest game of the year at that point. Today, the same type of feel. Play better baseball and win this game against a team, as the reality is, they're in last place. You're a much better club. Play your brand of baseball.
That series with the Texas Rangers starts tomorrow night. So for now, let tomorrow be and think about this ball game with Joe Saunders on the mound for the Angels.
The right guy to have in this situation. He's been outstanding since coming back from the deal on his 6 starts. 5-0 mark, an ERA barely over 2. So get that fastball down in the zone. Don't try to overthrow it. Sink it, use the changeup, use the curveball, throw some zeros early on, and realize that, hey, you're the better team on the field today. Give Oakland credit for coming back last night, but they're not on the same playing field. Put together a great game and have some momentum going against Texas.
The Angels right now have their longest losing streak. It's only a 4-game streak, but they'd like to break it here today against the Oakland Athletics. It's the Angels and the A's. Sunday afternoon baseball coming up next from the Big A. official appliance and flat screen superstores of the Angels. And by Carl's Jr., the teriyaki $6 burger with grilled pineapple, back at Carl's Jr. Back at the Big A for the final game in this three-game series between the Angels and A's. The Angels taking the field right now, and you can see it in beautiful high def, presented by Time Warner Cable. Joe Saunders has gone to the mound to face this Oakland batting order. And Rajay Davis in the leadoff spot tonight. He has great speed. Derek Barton and Mark Ellis after that. Nomar makes his first appearance of this series. So does Bobby Crosby and Matt Carson. Landon Powell, same thing. Not one of those four guys has played at all in this series until today. Eric Patterson and Cliff Pennington hitting 8th and 9th against Joe Saunders.
And Joe pitching so well. Better command with the fastball, getting full extension on the arm, rushing it at times at 94 miles an hour, but his bread and butter, the sink action on the fastball, 89, 90, back it up with his changeup and utilize that curveball and pitch inside. 5-0 since he came back from the DL.
First batter of the ball game against Joe Saunders will be Rajay Davis, and the Oakland Athletics have a much different lineup today, Gooby.
Well, they do, and also, you know, when you think about if you're Joe Saunders, you don't recognize a number of these guys, so certainly the advantage goes to the pitcher, at least early on in the game. Well, Bob Guerin, we just saw him, has to be proud of his team coming back from that 9-2 deficit yesterday to come back against John Lackey to boot. So they do have some momentum going.
Oh, they've been playing very well. Oakland's on a 3-game winning streak, and they've played well enough over the last month and a half to go from way down in the division to a team now that's only 5 games under 500. They are 75-80. Davis has had a great second half.
Well, his approach, early in his career, he used to swing a lot of breaking pitches out of the strike zone, so it was much easier to attack him, but he's going the other way with that pitch and getting on base and stealing a lot of bags. 40 of them on the season.
Rajay Davis steps in to start the ball game against Joe Saunders. And the first pitch of the afternoon is taken for strike one. And as the Angels take the field, they can easily glance at the scoreboard and see that Texas has a 2-0 lead over Tampa Bay in the second inning today. One ball, one strike to Rajay Davis.
Well, I think this is one game in which the club will not worry about looking at the scoreboard. And I know we always joke around about that, but I think the focus is all about the way they're playing baseball today and how important this game is for the club.
Davis hits a fly ball into center field. Torrey Hunter to his right. One out. So you see Torrey in center field. The rest of the guys out there behind Saunders. Rivera and Abreu in the outfield with Torrey. Figgins, Ibar is Turris Morales around the infield with Mike Napoli doing the catching for the Angels.
Well, Juan Rivera has done such a tremendous job. Not only we know the arm strength, but the accuracy of the throws and his ability to go hard at a corner in left field to cut off the baseball and make those strong throws and basically limit the guys getting that extra base against them.
Fly ball off the bat of Derek Barton, and it's 2 in a row for Torrey Hunter. 2 quick outs for Joe Saunders, which would be nice for the Angels if Joe could have clean innings. Last night it felt like every inning was a monumental struggle.
And even the night before with Jared Weaver, although he had some good numbers, batting a little bit of a sore back, Jared was, and couldn't finish off his pitches. So that's why it's important to get outs out of Joe Saunders today.
Mark Ellis takes ball 1 low and outside.
Well, when I talk to Mike Butcher and Mike Socha, they always talk about how many outs they can get out of their starting pitcher. They want a minimum of 18, prefer 21 outs, which would give them 7 innings.
Yeah, you're right. They feel much less comfortable asking the bullpen to get 12 or even 15 outs at times, obviously.
Well, the thing being with that is you're asking your bullpen to get 12, and generally that means the other team, your opponent, has some good momentum and good swings at that particular point. If you only have to get 3 to 6 outs, that means your starters are throwing some quality pitches.
3-1 to Mark Ellis.
John obviously not real happy with him, so he's a guy that wants to go 9 innings. Only was able to get 5 innings out of his arm yesterday, leading 9-6 when he left.
And there's a line drive base hit for Ellis on the 3-1 pitch. Oakland with a man on with 2 out, and Nomar coming up for his first appearance in this series. They just have not been able to keep him on the field, and of course that's been what has happened with Garciaparra over the last few years. But he's back in there batting cleanup today.
Well, when he was with Boston, he was about as good as it gets, and the late Ted Williams once said about him that he's the best right-handed swing he's seen, and he saw a lot of great players over his time.
He looked like a player that was destined to be a Red Sox star forever and one of their legendary figures. And then the injury started to pile up on Nomar.
Yeah, when he started getting hurt, they thought, well, let's take him out of that shortstop position. At one point, you had A-Rod, you had Jeter, and Garciaparra all playing shortstop, along with Omar Vizquel.
And there's a liner towards Hunter. Torrey takes care of all 3 outs in the first. After half an inning, no score with the Angels coming up. As the top 3 in the order today. Then Vladdy, Kendry Morales, and Juan Rivera. Meiser, Turris, Mike Napoli, and Eric Ibar at the bottom of the order today. And facing Edgar Gonzalez of the A's.
Well, Edgar wanted that 6-man rotation for Oakland. See the numbers, not there. Bad record. Doesn't have an overpowering fastball. 87 to 91 with some sink action. He's got a curveball and a changeup. Has that, doesn't like similar to what we saw last night with Evelyn, doesn't have that what you would call an out pitch. Get that strikeout in key situations. So the Angels, if their approach is more consistent, should have success against them.
Sean Figgins up there. The stuff you're describing sounds exactly like Evelyn, except you see it more with left-handers than you do with righties like Gonzalez.
Yeah, basically he's coming down to he's going to have to spot the fastball, work ahead, and make you be overly aggressive and try to pull the ball. See that pitch right there? If you try to pull it, that's a ground ball right to second base.
One ball, one strike to Sean Figgins.
Lefty's hitting .352 against Gonzalez.
Figgy fouls it off. That's a pretty big number because obviously there's going to be a lot of left-handers in any lineup he faces.
So to be successful, you're a right-handed pitcher against a lefty. You have to have the fastball, the type of fastball you can get inside on a left-handed batter to be successful going away.
Figgy pulls it to second, and Mark Ellis makes the play. Looking at our Alexis pursuing perfection. Gooby, how about the swing by Bobby Abreu?
Boy, you talk about a quick swing for Bobby. It was a fastball coming in against Kelby, who's got a decent fastball. He turned on it right away. Coming out of that bullpen. Early in the count, recognized if there's a fastball count, he hit it out. That is our Alexis pursuing perfection.
Bobby getting RBI number 100 last night. "14 home runs. Mike Scioscia tinkered with the lineup a little bit starting last night, putting Bobby Abreu in the number 2 spot, which you said last night you thought was a good place.
And I think that's where you're going to see Bobby at come playoff time. I just feel he's going to get a better opportunity to get more fastballs. And if you're a number 2 hitter in this lineup, you got to love it. With Sean Figgins getting on base and that speed, and Sean with all the walks and base hits, always going to be in good fastball counts if you're the number 2 hitter for the Angels.
It's in a good fastball count right now, 3-1. And he grounds one up the middle. Ellis can't quite get it. It rolls to shallow center, and Bobby keeps going for a double.
Boy, we talk about the team refocused. Aggressive base running right out of the box here for Bobby Abreu here. It's a ground ball. Howard's Exmo showed he stayed back long enough to be able to hit that ball up the middle. And then once it deflected off of Ellis's glove, we saw that ball was going to roll into center field. And first of all, nobody's going to be at the base to be able to cover it. It was aggressive and gets a double out of that ground ball.
Now Torrey Hunter up there for the Angels. The Angels in this series against Oakland have gone 5 for 24 with runners in scoring position. That's a .208 batting average.
Torrey having a tough homestand is 3 for 23. Still down a great fastball count.
Big swing and a miss. 2-1.
Gonzalez not overpowering, but he doesn't give up the home run. He's only given up 2 home runs in 60+ innings pitched. So he doesn't throw many pitches down the middle part of the plate. Keeps the ball down very well.
Two and two to Hunter. With Abreu batting second now, Torrey moved up to third by Mike Scioscia. Full count, 3-2. Off the hands, a little pop fly foul. Knocked catchable.
You can see that run in action on Torrey Hunter by Gonzalez. His fastball, you said not overpowering, but some pretty good late movement.
He's 8-21 as a starter in his career. Right to the shortstop. Pennington playing there today.
We've seen that a lot out of Torrey Hunter of late, ground ball rate to shortstop. Just like a left-handed batter hitting a lot of ground balls to second base, Torrey's in that mode of getting out in front and rolling over and hitting that ball to shortstop.
And with 2 out, here is Vladdy. Vlad hitting .293 with 15 home runs, which on the surface doesn't sound so bad, but the Angels are really anxious to see if this guy can get going.
And there's not much time left in the season to be able to get that swing back. You know, Vlad's never been a patient hitter, but he also always was good at centering a baseball in the right spot and then letting it go.
Vladdy is hitless in this series, 0 for 7, and overall 0 for 9. The Rangers are leading Tampa Bay 2-0 after 3 innings today in Arlington. Vladdy hits one the other way down the right field line, and that will drive in the run. So he may not have centered it up, but he gets the job done. Abreu scores 1-0 Angels.
Boy, it's good to see to get off to that early lead, too. Fastball. But Vlad pulled off it. That was a fastball almost right down the middle part of the plate. He pulled his hip open, but still so strong to be able to fight that off and get a base hit in the right field for an RBI. But that's a run because of Bobby Abreu's aggressive base running.
Exactly. If he were on first base, the ground ball by Hunter would have been an automatic double play.
Talk about that refocus. We talked it in the opening. Mike Scioscia had that closed-door meeting say, hey, let's get back to being aggressive on the base pass, better approaches at the plate, smarter in the field, and more aggressive on the mound.
1-1 to Kendry Morales. Kendry is hitting .299. And he has 99 runs batted in. Last night, Abreu got number 100. Kendry'd like to join him this weekend. 1-2 to Morales. That one bounces away from Powell. Vladdy going to second base, sliding. So Vlad gets the old wheels going a little bit.
Good read, too, by Vlad. He saw that ball get away from Powell. And that curveball in the dirt right away. First step and gone. It's a good read for Vlad. Again, that refocus on running the bases. Now in scoring position. Base hit can give the Angels a 2-0 lead.
2-2 count to Kendry Morales. Popped in the air, foul. Edgar Gonzalez about to make his 26th pitch of this inning. Full count to Kendry.
I often wondered why pitchers go at a slow pace. Because the biggest thing for you, especially when you're not a power pitcher, you're relying so much on your defense. And the more time you take in between pitches, the less chance you're going to make the play.
Well, that's a good question, and I think Major League Baseball has thought about that too. Whenever Bud Selig talks about where we're going to try and speed the time of the games up a little bit, and they'll come out with a update on that after a season ends and say, well, we did better. It was 40 seconds faster on average this year, but it never really does change too much. Ground ball, base hit, right field. Here comes Vladdy to the plate. The throw will come home, and Guerrero is in on the RBI single by Kendry Morales, and there is RBI number 100 on the year for Kendry. 2-0 Angels.
Angel baseball. Vlad gets to second base on a wild pitch, and after a good at bat, forced to count to 3-2. Kenny hits that ground ball between first and second. Now, again, we're talking about how the fielders aren't on their toes. You know, Howard's Exmo shows that's just a fluid swing out in front. Hit that baseball. If you're on your toes, maybe you can dive and make that play. Unable to do so, and a base hit RBI, 100 RBI for Kendry.
Great season for Kendry. Kurt Young went to the mound. He's already on his way back to the dugout, the A's pitching coach.
And he's slowly but surely getting that swing back, in which month of August, player of the month. Started off this month, September, struggling mightily. He's been up and down, but starting to get that swing back at the right time.
And now the batter, Juan Rivera. This looks a lot more like Angel baseball in this first inning. The hustle double by Abreu. Vladdy moving up on the wild pitch and timely singles to put a run on the board. And now Rivera hit by a pitch.
Well, fastball that runs in. Again, a sinker ball pitcher, when he drops the elbow at all, you're going to have that run in action. More of an east run instead of a sinking action on there, and it hits him in the jersey. Meister up here with two guys on base. He responded early on in this ball game.
Morales at second, Rivera at first. Is Turris at the plate. 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes to Meister. The Angels with a chance at a fairly big inning. Already jumping out 2-0 here in the first inning. High fly ball, right center field. Coming over, Rajay Davis, the center fielder. And he lets the right fielder, Carson, take it. Boy, they were pretty close to each other out there in the outfield. The Angels get 2 in the bottom of the first inning. ball that ended the bottom of the first.
Rajay Davis is calling it. That's the center fielder's baseball. But as you can see there, Carson coming over just takes away. Davis calling for it. And they talked about it there as they were going in there too. Asked him if he did call it, but he clearly calling for that baseball. Again, the center fielder is the quarterback of the outfield defense.
Bobby Crosby leads off the second inning. Well, he couldn't have hurt him. Otherwise, you have to think he'd let Davis catch that. Crosby bounces one to Figgins. And that brings up Matt Carson. It's not like it was a thunderous crowd at that moment either. And Davis called it a few times.
And this basic instincts tell you that the ball was hit and the center fielder's coming over. It's a much easier play for him to be able to make that play. But, you know, you can't ever get on someone's aggressive nature as far as wanting to catch the baseball. But in that spot, you got to let your center fielder do the job.
Matt Carson has 9 at-bats.
You can see him right there asking Davis, did you call it?
And Carson fouls one back. Carson was born in Newport Beach, but he lives in Florida now. And in between, he went to BYU. First time in the big leagues right now for Matt Carson. One ball, 2 strikes. Two and two to Carson, a 28-year-old rookie for the Oakland A's.
Always that difficult time of the year as you're a team trying to get into the postseason and you're playing a club that's been out for quite some time. A lot of youngsters getting an opportunity. Their focus is slightly different than Mike Scioscia's club.
Let me ask you this now. When the Angels finally clinch the division, and let's say the team is sort of playing the way they are now, do you leave the regulars in to try and kind of get them going, or do you give them time to rest and let the young guys play for the last few games?
I think it depends on when they clinch the division. If they can do it Monday or Tuesday, Mike will definitely give the regulars a few days off and then refocus them again up there in Oakland. At least a couple of those games up there, because I think you've got to get your swing back. Hitters don't like even the All-Star break. Like, granted, you have some time off, but it's that time to get back, get your swing together. It's not an easy thing to do.
After today, 7 games remain. And obviously, the Angels are not going to clinch today. If Texas wins today, and they're ahead at the moment, that would mean that no matter what happens here, the Angels won't be able to clinch tomorrow either. So it's starting to look like maybe the earliest would be Tuesday. After Tuesday's game, you would have 5 games remaining. Carson hits a ground ball to shortstop. He's out, 2 down.
And to be honest with you, I think they would enjoy clinching it against Texas, too, in front of them.
Well, that looks like the setup at the moment.
Not that they wouldn't enjoy it any day to clinch the division, which is an honor.
Well, first of all, if they do it against Texas, they'll be doing it at home. And if not, if it prolongs longer than that, then you're getting down to the last 3 games of the season, and you're on the road. Landon Powell at the plate with 2 out and nobody on.
And this goes against the way Mike Scioscia approaches each game, that one game at a time mentality. I mean,
yes.
The last couple seasons all been about when are you going to clinch, What are you going to do with the regulars? What's the rotation going to look like? And it's tough for him to say that every single day. Well, no, we're already thinking about today's game, and that's it. When you constantly get asked that question.
Well, if they do not do it against Texas, Gooby, that would take a little bit of the starch out of the postseason rally Thursday.
Slightly.
Just might not be quite the same. 2-2 to Landon Powell.
But early on in this game, granted it's only the second inning, different club than it was yesterday we saw.
Powell takes a called third strike, and Joe Saunders has a 1-2-3 second, a couple of ground balls and a strikeout. 2-0 Angels. Now let's take a look at our Marines.com leaders of the game, and it's the Angel offense. Lately, not quite as hot, but there was a stretch there, Gooby, where they were scoring 8 or 9 runs a game.
They're only 26 RBI away, or 26 runs away from the all-time club record. Should be able to break it.
Mike Napoli back in there for the Angels today. Big swing and a miss at the right-hander's curveball. 1-1.
Mike Napoli still struggling. 5 for his last 50. So important when he gets hot. He's the one guy that showed a lot of power in that playoff series against the Red Sox last year.
He's hit 1 home run in the last month plus a week. Two balls, 2 strikes.
And when you see Mike Napoli getting back his swing, he's hitting the ball hard to right center field with authority, getting it out of the ballpark easily with that type of power.
He rips that one to third base, and a nice play made by Bobby Crosby.
Hanging curveball by Gonzalez. Over the middle part of the plate and elevated. Much quicker swing on that curveball. But didn't get the result that he wanted as far as a base hit, but at least the swing was there, and the approach to center in a baseball is a step in the right direction.
Eric Ibar batting ninth today. First time through the order. Edgar Gonzalez is 2 for 9 now on first pitch strikes. Slowly hit to second base. And Ellis makes a good play to get the speedy Eric Ibar. 2 down in the second. Nice play by Mark Ellis.
He knows that Eric Ibar runs down that base very quickly. Top of the league leaders as far as infield hits. Makes the play on the run. Good throw. Get him by half a step.
Top of the order now, Sean Figgins up there. Figgy trying to bunt for a hit, fouls it off, strike 2. Gonzalez started, then stopped.
Usually an indication that he wants to change up the signs. Doesn't want to throw that particular pitch. Looks like he's going to a changeup.
And he gets Figgins with it. Good changeup by Gonzalez. Strikes Sean out. After 2 innings, 2-0 Angels. And we go to the 3rd inning at the Big A with the Angels ahead of the Oakland A's 2-0. Eric Patterson set to lead off for Oakland. And Joe Saunders, who has given up only 1 hit through the first couple of innings, delivers ball 1 to Saunders.
Oakland always a patient club. We'll move up that pitch count if you're not around the zone. So now 2-0 count for Joe Saunders. Has to throw that fastball for a strike.
Patterson having a pretty good series, hitting .264 overall in 72 at-bats.
I mean, you look at this Oakland club, you wonder, all these guys are putting up some decent numbers here in the second half of the season. Which one of these guys is going to be their everyday player next year for Bob Guerin? There's a lot of question marks for this club.
Three and two. Well, Patterson's done pretty well with his 72 at-bats. He's driven in 9 runs. He's scored 14 runs. He has 5 stolen bases. He's walked a dozen times. And there's another base hit. Fans, Thursday, October 1st, the Angels host the Texas Rangers, and all fans in attendance will receive a free 2009 Angels team photo, courtesy of Dairy Queen. The game will be followed by the postseason rally, assuming the Angels have secured a spot by then. Get your tickets at angelsbaseball.com. That's Thursday for the team photo. Cliff Pennington up there now for Oakland. Bunting, just foul.
That looked more like a bunt for a base hit. Oakland, definitely different than they have been in the past as far as stealing bases, hitting and running, but they don't generally square around and bunt, especially when you're down 2-0. I think I was for a hit more so. Joe with 4 pickoffs this season. Good pickoff move to first base.
Goes over there again. Pennington waiting at the plate. 0-1. Has seen just the one pitch that he tried to bunt. One and one to the Oakland shortstop. Texas continuing to lead Tampa Bay 2-0. Bottom of the 5th. That's Brandon McCarthy pitching that ball game for the Rangers, who has the Rays shut out so far. And there's a shot by Pennington into left field. Rivera turns it back to the plate, and he'll play it off the fence. Patterson to third, holding. It's a double for Pennington. And the Oakland A's, second and third, nobody out in the third inning.
And a fastball that ran back over the middle part of the plate. When you're throwing a fastball in the outside corner, you want to stay up on top of that pitch and sink it. Instead, it's cut over the middle, and it's a fly ball off the wall that Juan was able to play off the wall and do a decent enough job to keep Patterson from being able to score from first base.
And Joe Saunders in his first jam of the afternoon, now facing the top of the order in Rajai Davis. Davis hit a fly ball to Torrey Hunter his first time up. Pop fly right field side and out of play. To Davis, a hot hitter throughout the second half of the season, and right now on a 14-game hitting streak. Oh, 0-2.
Now way ahead of the count. See if you can get it. Davis to be over aggressive in an RBI situation, to swing and miss on a breaking pitch in the dirt.
The infield is back. Davis definitely recognizing a huge RBI opportunity. Fouls it back. He had a pretty good swing at that 0-2 pitch, Gooby.
Well, if you're going in 0-2 in that spot, you got to go off the plate. Good velocity on that fastball at 90 miles an hour, but a little too much of that inside corner. Expand the zone rate at this point.
Ground ball hit to Figgins. He comes to the plate. Patterson out at home. Patterson trying to score on a ground ball to the third baseman, gets cut down.
Well, the amazing thing, not only is he able to make this play, and that was that curveball down and in, makes that strong throw, gets Patterson at the plate, but Pennington's still at second base. So you're in a great position, but Napoli had that plate covered completely. There's no chance Patterson was getting through him there. Planted that left knee, blocked the plate, the slide in, never even came close to the plate. Great job by Mike Napoli.
Is that Napoli or did Soch put the gear on? That looked exactly like Socha.
Well, there's really nothing you can do as a baser unless you try to run through the catcher. And he was in a great position to be able to be the strength of that collision if it came to that point. That's textbook as far as blocking the plate. Mike Socha has to love that one.
Soch wrote the textbook. Derek Barton up there.
You know, it's all those hours down here in Tempe in spring training from the first second the catchers and pitchers get down there. They work on that specific play, blocking the plate, in which you have your leg positioned, your left leg, so you are the rock there at the plate instead of being in a position where you're reaching out where they can take you out on a slide.
But you're exactly right about the other point, Gooby. How can Pennington still be at second? And now Kendry Morales has a double play chance. The inning is over. Oakland had second and third, nobody out. Joe Saunders is out of it. And it is still 2-0 Angels.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Kendry's doing a great job as far as that perfect feed to shortstop and Ibar with that strong throw over to Saunders to get the double.
Great defense by the Angels, keeping the A's shut out to this point. Bobby Abreu, who had a ground ball double last time up, leads off the third.
Well, what a job by Joe Saunders to get a couple ground balls. The defense picked them up. What we see early in the first inning, very good base running by the club, produces 2 runs. And then the defense there in the top of the third prevented any runs being scored.
1 ball, 1 strike to Bobby Abreu. Edgar Gonzalez, since hitting Juan Rivera with a pitch, has retired 4 in a row after that. And Bobby hits a fly ball left field. Patterson, battling with the sun a little bit, makes the catch.
Well, we talked about all the advanced scouts here from the different teams, respective teams going into the postseason, how they're seeing tendencies for the Angel hitters. And Bobby Abreu's getting a lot of slow pitches thrown to him of late. Curveballs, changeups, sliders. Same thing with Eric Ibar. So the adjustment has to be made again by the hitters because they're writing all these notes down and giving it to their respective clubs. It's how to get the Angel hitters out.
Torrey Hunter up there. He grounded to shortstop his first time up. Swing and a miss by Torrey. Big cut at that one. On the ground, right side, and through for a base hit. 1 out single for Torrey Hunter.
Well, that was much better by Torrey to go inside out with this swing. Breaking pitch on the outside part. They're pitching him away, and he's rolling over, hitting the ball to shortstop. That's a much better idea to play for Torrey, hitting that ground ball to the right side, getting by Mark Ellis for a base hit. That's what you want to see out of Torrey. Then you're going to force it. Right here, you can see right there, the hips are locked in, and he's able to stay back. Look how deep that ball was in the zone and shoots it in the right field.
Vladdy lets it out a notch, but comes up empty.
And the importance to have that inside-out swing, eventually pitchers see that you're hitting the outside corner. Then they come inside, and that's where Torrey's going to be able to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Middle in.
To Guerrero. And Vladdy hits a fly ball, left field shallow. You made a comment when Abreu was retired that he's seeing a steady diet of slower pitches, breaking balls, changeups. They're getting him out, so he has to make adjustments. Now let's take a look at Vlad Guerrero. Is he at a point in his career where he can still make adjustments? Because you would certainly think that Vlad needs the same thing.
Well, I think what you want to look at for Vlad right now is a professional at bat, seeing maybe a pitch or two before you let it go. You saw that first swing, hard swing at that, the first pitch that Gonzalez threw. Well, it looks good and maybe intimidates certain pitchers, but all of a sudden he's behind the count 0-1. See more pitches, trust in your ability to be able to drive the ball to all fields will make Vlad a much more productive hitter, in my opinion, at this point in his career.
Kendry Morales up there for the Angels.
So if I'm on the hill going against Vlad and I see him swinging at some of these pitches, I'm going way away. Or I'm going to, once I make him think about it, away pitches, then I'm going inside and he'll get himself out. But if he sees more pitches, then he has me where he wants him.
Stealing without a throw, Torrey Hunter had a gigantic jump and took advantage of Gonzalez right there.
18th stolen base. He is getting in scoring position. Sensing when a pitcher's not giving you a look over there, just comfortable trying to get the batter out. You see Torrey, great jump. Torrey's he's a veteran right now. Picks his spots where he thinks he can get a pitcher that's not paying attention to him.
Oh, there's one blasted to right field by Kendry Morales. And Kendry has hit it way out. He has 3 RBIs on the day, and he's running around those bases like he might get thrown out at the plate.
That was a gargantuan home run. Thought that might hit the State Farm sign there for a while. You're talking about a quick bat today so far for Kendry Morales. Well, Mike Scioscia wants the players to step forward, and so far Kendry's been that guy with 3 RBI.
He's driven in 3 of the 4 runs, 4-0 Angels.
Again, simplify your approach at the plate, makes you more productive.
Juan Rivera takes a strike.
Well, look at this swing right here, and our Exmo replay shows that balance. It gets that ball out in front. Wow, great hip turn.
Home run number 32. I'm not sure that didn't get a little piece of that State Farm sign.
You're talking about a baseball getting out in a hurry.
Just hit it on 1 hop.
That's pretty far, too. That's way back there.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
It used to be the visiting bullpen. You come into the Big A.
Oh, and Rivera gets hit for the 2nd time. Juan doesn't appear too happy about it. Home plate umpire Ted Barrett walks the baseball out to the mound.
Ted Barrett, if I'm not mistaken, at one point early in his lifetime was a sparring partner for Mike Tyson. So I think you want to stay away from Ted. Same pitch, up and in, hits the jersey.
That's not a real good job to have.
Yeah, I heard that story. I'm thinking, I don't know if they're just telling me that or not, but Ted is a big human being behind the plate, so I take their word for it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think he is a minister now. There's a ground ball to second base, and Mark Ellis throws out Miser's Tourist to end the inning. But a gargantuan blast by Kendry Morales has given the Angels a 4-0 lead. Goodbye.
What a swing.
Family, and by BeWaterWise.com. A message from the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California and the family of Southern California Water Agencies. We're back at Angel Stadium. The Angels have jumped out to a 4-0 lead over the A's today, heading to the 4th inning. Aflac Trivia question time. The Angels are looking to become the 4th team in the American League West to win 3 straight titles. Who are the others? Mark Ellis leading off the 4th inning for the Oakland A's. you'd have a tendency to guess Oakland right away as one of them, wouldn't you?
Definitely Oakland, Kansas City. Back in the old days when they were in the Western Division.
Two balls into strike to Ellis.
Oh, the other one's pretty tough.
Three and one as Ellis leads off the fourth inning for the A's. Hard hit, and Ibar plays a tough hop nicely. The postseason rally, assuming the Angels have clinched by Thursday, will be Thursday following the Angel Ranger game, which starts at 3 o'clock. Angel players will be there, Angel alum, plus the U.S. Army parachute team Golden Knights. The Angels playoff gear will be available. There'll be a fireworks show right after the rally. It's going to be a big night here at the Big A. That's Thursday. Check angelsbaseball.com. The Angels playing the Rangers and certainly hoping that that's not the game where they clinch. They'd like to do it a little bit sooner than that.
Fun to watch the Golden Knights come in, too. They're amazing what they're able to do with the parachutes. Coming into the stadium. And no, I will not do that, Rory.
Just try it once.
There is zero chance of that happening.
Just one, just for the rally's sake. You know how much that would mean to everybody? There's a bouncer by Nomar to shortstop.
I'm sure, especially you. Just to see the grimace on my face.
I just want to see the look on your face when they say, okay, jump. 2 out.
I can't even think of that possibility. Especially if you happen to be around as I'm taking it off.
I'll be waiting for you over by the train tracks. Because I don't think your accuracy would be real good.
Yep, it's good to be loved, Rory.
0-1 to Bobby Crosby, who takes high and outside. Texas now has upped their lead over Tampa Bay. It's 5-0 Rangers. And they're in the 6th inning. After that game, the Rangers will be heading this way to open up a series tomorrow night. And if Texas goes on to win that game today, the earliest the Angels could clinch would be Tuesday. There's a high pop fly by Bobby Crosby. Corey Hunter's coming a long way in to get it. And that is it for the A's in the fourth. It's 4-0 Angels. team in AL West history to win 3 straight titles. Who are the other 3 teams that have done it? Certainly Oakland would be one. Kansas City, oh, it's a trick question. Oakland is twice. Mike Napoli drills one into left field and deep, and Mike Napoli has hit it out. He jumps on the first pitch and hits his 19th home run of the year. 5-0 Angels.
Well, we talked about getting that swing back. The first at bat, quick line drive was caught by Bobby Crosby at third base, but this time no one's going to catch that baseball. That was covered. And a similar type of pitch, off speed, out over the plate, compact swing, crushed by Napoli. Way out. 2 mammoth home runs so far for the Halos.
Eric Ibar batting now for the Angels. Boy, Kendry Morales and Mike Napoli. You talk about a couple of no doubt home runs.
Boy, and how important it is for this club to get Mike Napoli to get that stroke back, that power threat in the lineup.
Ibar pulls that ground ball foul over near the A's dugout.
And as much as we talked about Bobby Abreu getting a steady diet of off-speed pitches, the pitchers have identified that down and in breaking pitch to Eric Ibar. He's swinging over top of it.
Off the hands, he punches one wide of third. Ibar will beat that out. Crosby doing everything he could to get to that ball and try to make the play.
When that was that, they tried to go down and in with that curveball, but it was out over the plate and elevated. Ibar just fought it off. Crosby tried to make that play, but once it didn't get in the glove right away, no chance against Ibar, who runs so well down the line. But the effort was there for Crosby. Former Rookie of the Year for Oakland, playing shortstop at that point.
7 hits for the Angels. Sean Figgins up there. Fly ball by Figgy, shallow right center field. One out in the 4th. Bobby Abreu coming up. Mike Napoli, his 19th home run of the year, leading off this inning.
2 very good swings. His first 2 at bats of the game for Mike Napoli. Line drive to third. Home run out by a lot.
Bobby Abreu 1 for 2 today. He had a ground ball double his first time up. He legged it out. Two and 0 to Abreu.
Ibar with 14 stolen bases. First base. A good fastball count here for Abreu. So I was fairly quick to the plate. Decent move to first base. With that big hole between first and second, Socha might allow Bobby to get a chance to be able to hit it through the hole before the stolen base attempt.
Three and 0 to Abreu. He rarely swings 3-0, but you never know. Maybe this time. Up by 5 runs. He could get a pitch he loves right here.
Got a curveball, a changeup, and a changeup so far at this at bat.
You let it go. Strike one.
Well, he certainly has the green light, but some hitters just aren't comfortable swinging 3-0. So they figure they're going to get the same exact pitch 3-1. So why give the pitcher a benefit of getting an out on a 3-0 count?
Three and one to Bobby Abreu.
Switching around now, wants a changeup.
And Bobby pops it up. Patterson makes the easy play.
Well, you talk about not giving into a hitter. 3-1 pitch. You're already behind 5-0. With man on first, you throw a changeup. He did get the out. Bobby out in front of that pitch.
Two out. Torrey Hunter steps in. Torrey's 1 for 2. He had a single in the third. One ball, one strike to Torrey Hunter. And Torrey pops one up. Looks like the first baseman, Derek Barton, will take charge of that one, and that's it for the Angels in the fourth. But they get a run on the big home run by Mike Napoli on the first pitch of the inning. Get there. Subscribe to AngelsBaseball.com Insider prior to the deadlines on AngelsBaseball.com, and you'll receive priority to order postseason tickets for select Angel playoff games. To ensure your postseason ticket priority, visit AngelsBaseball.com. Matt Carson leads off the fifth inning. Carson out on a fly ball to right field. One out in the fifth, and Joe Saunders having a good outing so far.
Doing a very good job of taking a big part of the bat out of the equation, going inside, going off the outside corner, getting some lazy fly balls and some ground balls centered at the infielder. So it's all about pitching, never getting the ball middle part of the plate, changing speeds and eye level. Joe's done that so far in this game.
Tomorrow, when the series with the Rangers opens, Urban Santana will be on the mound for the Angels. And he'll be going against Tommy Hunter, who is 9-4 for Texas.
Texas is going to throw out some pretty good pitchers against the Angels in that series. Tommy Hunter the first game, Scott Feldman, who's been unbelievable on the road, Derek Holland, who pitched a great game here at the Big A, and of course Kevin Millwood.
Two 2-0 the count to Landon Powell. Slowly hit to shortstop. Ibar. No problem with Eric's arm. 2 out.
Again, another pitch where Joe Saunders took the sting out of the bat of an A's hitter. It's a little ground ball, a shortstop. Powell was out in front of that one, didn't know if he wanted to swing or not, but routine ground ball out.
Saunders has the A's shut out on 3 hits so far. The A's had runners at second and third with nobody out in the third inning and did not score. Eric Patterson has one of the 3 hits, a single. Oh, 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Patterson. And he swings and misses at a high fastball. A 1-2-3 inning for Joe Saunders. Still 5-0 Angels. Bottom of the 5th inning, Vlad Guerrero leading off for the Angels. Fouled the first pitch back. Vladdy had a single his first time up. 0-2 to Vlad Guerrero. Vladdy chops one back toward Gonzalez. He gets it. One out in the bottom of the fifth. Kendry Morales coming up. Strike one to Kendry. Morales blasted a 2-run home run last time up. He has 3 runs batted in, a homer and a single today. Kendry came into the game with 99 runs batted in and has 102 now. One and two to Kendry. Beautiful sunshiny day. Maybe not quite as hot today as it has been. Unless you're sitting right in the sun, of course.
Great.
Two and two to Kendry Morales. Still a full count to Kendry. That game at Yankee Stadium today, they've gone to the 9th inning, and the Yankees lead the Red Sox 4-2.
Boy, as much as the Red Sox owned the Yankees early on in the season, it's been vice versa since then. The Yankees playing very good ball against the Red Sox.
Ball forward to Morales. Well, you're absolutely right. If the Yankees hang on in the 9th inning there and win that game, that will be their 100th win of the year.
And speaking of 100, Angel have a fan here, right here, celebrating his 103rd birthday today. Milton Adamson, 103 today.
Milton Adamson, 103 years old, and he came out to spend the day with us at Angel Stadium. That's tremendous.
That's awesome. Happy birthday, Adam. I mean, Milton Adamson.
Man's 103 years old, and you butchered his name.
Adamson. I'm excited.
Mr. Adamson.
Mister, yes indeed.
Well, Milton, we'll see you next year for 104.
That's amazing.
Juan Rivera up there at the plate. 1 out, 1 on.
You know, when you think about it, Milton, one of the few people that saw the Chicago Cubs win a World Series. He was 2 years old.
Well, Milt was born in 1906, I guess it would be.
1906.
Yeah.
Cubs won in 1908 last time.
A slow throw back to second, but with Rivera running, they had plenty of time to turn the 1-6-3 double play. After 5 innings, Milton seeing his Angels lead the Oakland A's.
freeze cam. Sean Figgins with a throw to the plate. Mike Napoli doing a la Mike Scioscia. Blocking the plate, getting Patterson at the dish. Great defense. That's your Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Sean Figgins with the throw, Napoli with the block. Keeping the A's off the scoreboard today. Sixth inning, Cliff Pennington leads off for the A's, the number 9 hitter in their batting order. Pennington's 1 for 1 with a double to left field. A double he hit off the wall in left field.
That was a great job by Joe Saunders to get through that inning, though, after a base hit and a double off the wall, second and third, no outs. We saw that play by Sean Figgins, and then he gets the ground ball double play shortly thereafter, started by Kendry Morales.
He went around, and that's strike 3. Fans, the Angel fan cruise is back. January 22nd through the 25th of next year. The fan cruise will be heading toward Baja. This is an exclusive offer from AAA Travel. Angel players and coaches are scheduled to appear. Cabins are filling fast, so call your AAA travel agent at 888-874-7222 and book the fan cruise while you still have space available. Rajay Davis flies out to Torrey Hunter, 2 out in the inning.
Like Torrey cruised under to make that play.
Very good point. Yep.
I want to help you out in that one, Rory. This little segue.
Yep, that works right in with the old Angel fan cruise.
Just hoping that somehow you invite me with you, Rory, on that cruise.
Well, those cabins are filling awfully fast. Derek Martin up there at the plate for the A's. His tourist throws him out, and Saunders, he's cruising, Gooby.
Wow, another segue. Rory, you're on fire. Way to go, Joe Saunders.
Rapid rewind. the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Pitching, hitting, and defense for the Angels today. They lead the A's 5-0. Going to the bottom of the sixth.
When Mike Scioscia had that closed-door meeting, try to get this team back on track so far, that's been the case.
In-N-Out Burger, who's in, who's out. Edgar Gonzalez has been taken out by the A's after 5 innings. And John Malone is in for the Oakland A's. 25-year-old right-hander from Houston, facing Milestones. Milestones 0 for 2 today.
Malone's got a fastball, 88 to 93. Pretty good curveball and a slider.
And strikes his Turris out looking with a breaking ball.
That was a big 12-6 curveball. Jaguar performance, that great swing by Mike Napoli. 62nd career home run, which is a club record for the Halos for that catching position.
To Mike Napoli. No balls, 2 strikes to Mike. They've gone to the 8th inning in Arlington. 5-0 Rangers over Tampa Bay. In the Central Division today, the Tigers lost again. White Sox beat them 8-4, but the Twins could not take advantage. They lost to the Royals 4-1. So both Detroit and Minnesota lost. The Twins, losing their 5-game winning streak, remain 2 games back.
I think both those teams may have been looking ahead to tomorrow when they face each other.
It should be quite a series. High pop fly off the bat of Mike Napoli. Davis keeps the sun out of his eyes long enough to catch it. 2 out.
I think it hurt too. The fact is Zach Greinke's pitch for the Royals against the Twins. He just continues to put up some unbelievable numbers. 16-game winner now.
And the Yankees did beat the Red Sox 4-2, so the Yankees sweep that series. And Boston now 8.5 games behind the Yankees in the AL East. Ibar fouls one back. One and one to Eric Ibar. If either the Texas Rangers or the Angels are looking at the scoreboard today, they feel about the same because both teams have a 5-0 lead.
But the Angels hold a 5-win lead over the Rangers. That's the important thing with a week to go.
That's the big difference. Plus, Texas has to get on a plane after their game and come here. 3-2 to Ibar. 38,718 here today at the Big A. for Fan Appreciation Day. And Eric takes ball 4. He's aboard with 2 outs. And Figgins coming up. Figgy's 0 for 3 today. He's grounded out, struck out, and flied out to right field. Landon Powell, the catcher, going out to have a quick word with his pitcher before they face Figgins.
Well, not real quick to the plate. 1-4 to almost 1-5. Eric Ibar with 14 stolen bases. Certainly a threat here to try to steal second.
Ibar started to go, but stopped.
Thought about it. You still have that option that's going and showing him there. Now with a 1-0 count, you're taking away the pitch out, and also gives Sean Figgins an opportunity to take a pitch, give him an opportunity to steal the base.
Now Ibar is running. The throw by Powell, and they get him at second base. Eric thrown out trying to steal second. Good throw by Landon Powell, the backup catcher for the A's. Ends the inning for the Angels.
It looked like he got a pretty good jump. Powell, strong, perfect throw in the second to get Ibar going head first, tagged by Pennington.
Joe Saunders. 5-0 Angels. Mark Ellis leads off for Oakland in the 7th inning. Ellis is 1 for 2 today with a single. Saunders' pitch count very reasonable. He's at 75 pitches working here in the 7th inning.
Solid, averaging about 12 pitches per inning, which is outstanding.
He has had 3 consecutive 1-2-3 innings. Ellis bloops one into shallow right center field and drops it in for a single. The second hit for Mark Ellis today. Fans join the Angels in sunny Tempe, Arizona next spring. In the 2010 Angels official spring training package. You'll get the best tickets, hotel accommodations, great merchandise, and an exclusive barbecue with an appearance by a member of the Angels coaching staff or spring training roster. Call 1-800-8-WARM-UP to reserve your package now.
Wow, Roy, you're already looking ahead to Tempe.
Oh, that's a highly exclusive barbecue.
Boy, 2 flares off the end of the bat against Joe Saunders here in this inning alone. Ellis, now Garciaparra off the end of the bat. Flares that in, and all of a sudden the A's putting some pressure on Joe Saunders and the Angels.
Don't forget, last night Oakland came back from 7 runs down. So the Angels aren't taking anything for granted here today.
I think if you're Joe Saunders and the Angels right now, you're thinking the lines of, hey, you'll give up that run for a double play ball. Joe's been very good this season as far as getting that ground ball when he needs it to get to.
Bobby Crosby 0 for 2 today. First and third, nobody out. You have to admire the way the Oakland A's are playing the game over these last couple of days. They are not laying down for a second, even though they are a last place club in the AL West. Watching these 3 games, you wouldn't know they were 15 and a half games behind the Angels, would you?
They're hitting the ball well, and their bullpen is outstanding.
2-0 to Crosby.
Garen has done a nice job getting his team refocused after a horrendous start of the season.
And now it's 3-0 to Crosby. So Saunders in danger here of loading the bases with nobody out. A 4-pitch walk, and all of a sudden Oakland has the bases loaded. Nobody out in the top of the 7th. And the phone's ringing in the bullpen for Darren Oliver.
Well, just a couple pitches that they flared in the outfield. Most times, ball flared in the outfield means it's an elevated pitch, and both those pitches, both Mark Ellis and Garciaparra, were up in the zone. So all of a sudden, Mike Scioscia's got to think he went from Joe Saunders is cruising along, making pitch after pitch, to now a stressful situation where you hope for that ground ball, whether it be right back to the mound or one of your middle infielders to get 2 outs with it.
Ellis, Nomar, and Bobby Crosby, the base runners, and the rookie right fielder, Matt Carson, at the plate. Carson has grounded out and hit a fly ball to right, 0 for 2. This is Oakland's big chance to get back in the ball game right here in the 7th. Strike 1 to Carson after the visit by Mike Butcher. And a shot into left field by Carson. Nomar to third. He'll stop there. Oakland is on the board. It's 5-1 Angels. And Oakland still has the bases loaded with nobody out.
Well, that was a quick swing by Carson after that slow curveball. He'll try to sneak that fastball inside. But it ran out over the plate. Shot that by Eric Ibar for a base hit. Hit too hard to get 2 runs across.
Landon Powell, the catcher, hitting .227. He has a little pop. 7 home runs. Suzuki plays most of the time, although the throw that Landon Powell made to cut down the base stealer last inning was a great throw.
But he couldn't throw it any more perfectly right on the base to be able to get Ibar.
There's a wild pitch. Here comes Garciaparra to score from third. The A's are right back in it, and there is still nobody out. It's 4-2 Angels.
Well, right now it looks like Joe Saunders has lost the feel for his pitch. Forcing it through. You got to retrain your mind right now to go back to what you were doing early in the game as far as hitting your spots, taking the sting out of the bat.
Second and third, nobody out, and a 2-0 count on Landon Powell. The infield remains back, so if he puts the ball in play, Oakland could likely come within a run. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Tampa Bay making it close in Arlington. Rangers 5, Rays 3, and Tampa Bay still batting in the 8th. Ball 3 to Powell.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe may be in jeopardy being out of this game if he walks Powell in this spot. As good as he was throwing the first 6th inning, it's coming apart for him here in the 7th.
3-1. Fastball grounded into left field. That'll score 1. Stopping at third, Matt Carson. It's 5-3 Angels, and still nobody out in the 7th inning. Here comes Scioscia. That's it for Joe Saunders, who went from retiring 9 straight and just cruising to not being able to get an out in the 7th inning.
And the bullpen has to come in and shut the door right away. Tough call.
Drive-off event. Drive off with the best deals of the summer in a fun-to-drive Mazda. 7th inning, and what was a fairly normal game for the Angels with a 5-0 lead is getting close as Darren Oliver comes in.
Darren with a 2.74 ERA, coming into a spot where he's got to spot that 90-91 fastball, big curveball. Well, all of a sudden it went from Joe Saunders, it was hitting his spot consistently, just had that point going in the inning with 74 pitches into the 7th, and all of a sudden it fell apart. Location wasn't there.
4 singles and a walk so far for the A's in the 7th inning to make it 5-3. Still nobody out. Runners on the corners, and Eric Patterson 1 for 2 while he was facing Saunders at the plate. Oh, 1. Patterson bunts in the air. Figgins with the catch.
Not so sure about that play.
No.
By Patterson. I know he's trying to bunt for a hit. In that situation, you got a man on third, an RBI situation. You have to be up there swinging.
Even if he hits into a double play, Gunu, he gets a run in.
I mean, he's a fast runner, so chances are that's not going to happen. Still don't understand that play, but if you're the Angels, you're happy.
You'll take it. One out. Cliff Pennington up there. Pennington doubled off the wall in the second inning, or the third inning rather, and struck out last time up. Two and 0. Pennington hitting .282. And now it's 3-0 with the top of the order, Rajai Davis, due up next for the A's.
No doubt a take going to be put on now for Pennington.
And he walks on 4 straight to load him up again. Bases loaded, 1 out. Rajai Davis, another guy who is very tough to double up, coming to the plate. And the tying run in scoring position for the A's in the top of the 7th. Davis grounds one to second base. They get one. Ibar scores in time. Double play ends the inning. A big double play keeps the Angels ahead. Oliver gets out of it. It's 5-3. Great crowd here, almost 40,000. And it was a day to win a Chevy. The contestants there about to watch a race for a chance to win a brand new Chevy Camaro.
Nice looking ride.
No doubt.
Oh, we get to see the race here too, Rory. This is like an exciting day.
And the white car won, which means that Bob Phelan, who drew the white ball out of the bag, wins the Camaro.
How awesome is that?
I think that's pretty nice.
You come to the ballpark and you're going to drive home with a brand new ride? A Camaro.
Fan Appreciation Day. Lots of prizes given away, but I don't know if too many of them would be better than that one. Jerry Blevins is in the game for the Oakland A's, who are right back in the game, but what a gigantic double play just turned there.
Boy, you just mentioned how hard it is to double up on Davis. He has to hit the ball perfectly to your infielder, but Meiser with a tremendous play, turn and throw to Ibar, and they barely got Davis, but you can't make that play any better than Meiser and Ibar. Look, he was able to field that and turn his body as he's going to throw, and then Ibar with that gun turns the double play. Look how quick Meiser is. Perfect feed, Ibar. Great throw, gets him by a half a step. Huge, huge play.
So the Angels get out of that jam on a popped up bunt and a double play ball.
For me, that bunt was the key play for the Angels to get out of it. I mean, that's a situation where it's an RBI, you got the infield playing back, you put it in play, you get closer to 5-4. Instead, he tried to bunt, and they took advantage of it, the Angels did.
Bottom of the 7th, top of the order for the Angels. Sean Figgins to lead off against Jerry Blevins. Figgy's 0 for 3 today and takes a strike.
It seems like Oakland has about 10 left-handed relievers out of that bullpen. Every one of them throws the ball pretty well. Blevins, 89 to 93 on the fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Two and one to Figgins. Fly ball right field by Sean. And Figgy's 0 for 4 today. One out, Bobby Abreu coming up. Abreu 0 for 2. 1 for 3, rather. He had a double his first time up. Last 2 times up, he has hit shallow fly balls to left field. Kevin Jepson is getting ready in the Angel pen. Looking toward the 8th inning. A good pop on that one, huh?
Well, he's got a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, chance to respond after yesterday's game.
Oh, 0-2 to Bobby Abreu. Kind of ironic, Gooby. For a while, both the Angels and Texas Rangers were cruising along with 5-0 leads. Now both games are 5-3. Although Texas did retire Tampa Bay in the top of the 8th. So they've gone to the bottom of the 8th in Arlington, 5-3 Rangers. And Abreu called out on a breaking ball. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Shop the official online shop of the Angels at angelsbaseball.com. That's where you can get your caps, t-shirts, jerseys, Angel collectibles. Get your team gear straight from the source. angelsbaseball.com. Torrey Hunter fouls the pitch off. Strike 1. And 2 to Torrey Hunter.
The thing is, you look at this Oakland club, when they go to that bullpen, they put up some pretty good numbers. The depth in there as far as left-handed pitchers coming out of the bullpen, some power arms from the right side, and a great closer in Bailey.
and Torrey out on strikes. So Blevins strikes out Abreu and Hunter, and we head to the 8th inning. Cruised through 6, got in some trouble in the 7th, but still stands to win it at the moment. And Kendry Morales got RBI number 100 and then some today for the Angels. Visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. 8th inning, Derek Barton leading off for Oakland. And Darren Oliver continuing on. Gooby, do you think he's in just to pitch to Barton?
Yeah, I think he's in there just against the lefty right here in this spot, and Jepson be able to face Ellis, who's on deck, a right-handed hitter.
Barton hits a pop fly into shallow right. Abreu comes fast, lumbering in, and can't catch it. Barton's going for 2, and he'll make it. That'll be a bloop double for Derek Barton. Well, that ball felt like it was in the air for a long time, didn't it?
Well, as you can see, Abreu was playing deep in that first step with the long swing by Barton. Fooled him. Came sliding in. Looked like that ball hit him right in the wrist as he was coming in on the slide. I'll tell you what, Barton's been able to get that flare into the outfield, both the right field and center and left field, quite effectively in the series.
Now Kevin Jepson will enter the game for the Angels, with Oakland bringing the potential tying run to the plate. 5-3 Angels. Pitching here in the top of the 8th inning with nobody out and a runner at second. Jepsen now is appearing for the 51st time this season.
Well, that game last night, he gave up 4 earned runs. See how he responds in this situation once again. The power fastball, 95-96, that cut fastball in the outside corner, a big curveball and a changeup.
And Mark Ellis, who had a base hit last time up, facing Jepsen. First pitch high and tight.
We said it last night for Kevin Jepsen to be able to get out in front with that pitch, finish it off, not straight up and down when he lands with his back.
No, wild pitch to the screen. Derek Barton goes to third. That one got to the backstop on the fly. I'll tell you, there was some moments in last night's game where Jepsen was way out of sync, and he has certainly started this appearance that way.
I think if you're Kevin right now, you got to think in the lines of, my stuff is outstanding. I can get people out if I hit my spots. Don't try to do too much. Mike Butcher has that responsibility right now to try to get him through this tough time. He's been so good for a long period of time.
And now high again, 3-0 to Ellis. Knapp's going out to talk to him. That's where he was missing last night. Everything was high, Gooby.
And Mike Butcher's going to come out and say, hey, you're overthrowing the baseball. Don't force the issue. Trust your ability and the stuff you have on the baseball to get people out. You don't need to do more than you're capable of doing. I mean, you're throwing 97. You don't need to throw 99. It's an above average fastball. And it's that little doubt that trickles into your mind that becomes an issue whether you're at the plate or on the mound.
Three and 0 to Mark Ellis. He missed high again and walks Ellis on 4 straight. The tying run is on base for Oakland with nobody out. Runners on the corners and Nomar at the plate. Sosha stalking around in the dugout trying to find Butch.
And I think at some point here, whether you see how this first pitch is delivered to Nomar, one of the best hitters the game has seen for a long period of time, he's not around the zone. They might have to go down to that bullpen quickly to get someone up.
That one missed low. It's 1-0. Jose Arredondo is warming up for the Angels. He just got up, so it'll take him a minute or two. One and one to Nomar.
Better command with his cut fastball, overthrowing the fastball up, able to stay on top of that cut fastball slash slider. First pitch just barely missed against Garciaparra. That one was a good one.
Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. Nomar out in front. 1 and 2.
And Nomar, a dead fastball hitter. He loves the fastball, loves to try to drive it. The guy that's up there hacking. So if you can throw that slider once again, you can get a swing and miss. Napoli's calling for that slider on the outside corner once again.
And Nomar goes down swinging. The visit from Butcher paying quick dividends for Jepsen. Now 1 out in the 8th.
Boy, that was filthy, that slider on the outside part of the plate. Nomar with a bad swing at it also. In an RBI situation, he's trying to foul that off. Thinking, can he throw a slider like that after 4 fastballs in a row to Ellis? It wasn't even close.
Now a left-handed pinch hitter, Adam Kennedy, hitting for Bobby Crosby. Kennedy has 4 hits in the 2 games already. swings and misses, strike one. This is Kennedy's first pinch hitting appearance this season.
Kennedy more of a fly ball type hitter, although he has hit into 7 double plays.
One and one.
He hasn't been able to throw a strike yet with that fastball. It's been his slider. It's been his most effective pitch. Now he's coming right back with that slider once again. Mike Napoli wants that of Jepson.
And Kennedy hits the fly ball, right field fairly deep. Abreu goes back, makes the catch. That will score a run on a sacrifice fly. Barton comes in from third, and it's a one-run game. 5-4 Angels. Kennedy drove in the run, but he just missed doing more than just that.
Such a difficult guy to get a ground ball out of to get that double play. Uppercut swing, got a slider. This time wasn't quite as sharp from Jepson, and just missed hitting that one out.
The A's want another left-handed hitter up there, and it's going to be Jack Cust to pinch hit. Another guy who is a dangerous batter in this spot right here. Cust hit an opposite field home run last night.
On an off-speed pitch, too. Real good power the other way. Definitely a swing and miss guy, but when he makes contact, it's generally going to be hit hard and far.
So with the tying run on base and Cust coming up as the potential go-ahead run, Jepson's in the fire right here. Now trying to protect a one-run lead. It was 5-0 Angels. Now it's 5-4. Cust has hit 24 home runs on the season. Jepson keeping Ellis close.
Ellis with 9 stolen bases, so he definitely is a threat. Especially if he senses that Jepson's having command issues in the strike zone, which makes it more difficult for Napoli to be able to catch and throw.
Strike one to Cust. Tampa Bay trying to spoil the day for the Texas Rangers. Have 2 men on with 1 out in the 9th inning there, trailing the Rangers by 2. Here it's a 1-run game in the 8th inning. And it's 1-2 to Jack Cust. He laid off that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jack Cust.
Good try, though, by Jepson to see if he can get Cust to chase that pitch.
Now the Rays have the bases loaded against the Rangers. And they have Ben Zobrist batting in that game.
The All-Star this season.
Throw to first base. Ellis back in there. Joe Madden's team trying to come back in a way that would help his old team here, the Angels. Texas trying to get those final 2 outs and get on the plane for their appearance here at Anaheim tomorrow night. 2-2 to Cust. Didn't miss by too much. Full count. Now Ellis, representing the tying run, gets a running start here with a full count to Cust.
But I still don't think you just throw a fastball, challenge him right down the middle. Even though you have a good fastball, I still think you go right back with that slider once again.
Three balls, 2 strikes. And Cust strikes out on the breaking ball. Jepson gets the big out. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels still leading it by only a run.
Home run threats, he's got it today. Kenyon Morales flushes that ball to right field, and Mike Napoli gets a hanger over the plate and deposits it to left field. 2 home runs for the Halos today. They can use a couple more. That is our Jack in the Box outside the box.
And the first pitch to Vlad Guerrero is popped up into shallow left field. Patterson comes on and makes the catch. Meanwhile, in Arlington, the Tampa Bay Rays have tied it up. It's 6-6, the Rays and the Rangers. A comeback by the Rays, and they're still batting in the top of the 9th. Kendry Morales, the batter now. Brian Fuentes is warming up in the Angel bullpen. Two and 0 to Kendry. There's Fuentes getting ready for the top of the 9th inning. Three and 0 to Morales. You look at the Texas Rangers tonight, and they have coughed up a 5-0 lead. The Angels haven't quite. They're still ahead 5-4.
Nobody ever said it was easy.
No.
As certainly the Angels have played a much better game today as compared to last night. Sosa's got to be happy with that, but he also like to see get 3 quick outs at the top of the 9th. And I'm sure he won't be upset if they scored a couple more runs here either. The bottom of the 8th inning. Get it started here with Kendry, hit a gapper.
And even though he hasn't checked the score since the first week in April, he probably wouldn't be upset if Tampa Bay got a run or two also.
No.
Hendry's popped a few pitches foul here with a 3-2 count on him. Brad Ziegler in the bullpen for Oakland. Hard hit to Ellis and under his glove. Mark Ellis, normally one of the best second basemen in the game. Not that that was a routine play, but he'll make it most of the time.
Well, that ball was scolded, though, by Kendry. Gets a base hit out of that. Once it hit the dirt, skipped underneath. He was expecting to get a bit bigger hop, but it stayed down. Well, the Exmo shows how that baseball did not come up for Ellis.
And it's been ruled a single. Brad Ziegler will come in from the Oakland bullpen here. The Rangers trail by a run now. 7-6, Tampa Bay. And the Rangers are coming to bat in the bottom of the 9th. Brad Ziegler's in for Oakland. If the Angels can hang on to this win, Gooby, the magic number would be cut to 2, and it would be possible maybe even to beat Texas tomorrow and finish it up.
Well, that's a perfect scenario for the Angels if everything goes in place here with the win for the Halos and a loss for the Rangers. Any win against them in that 4-game series clinches the division.
But this game's not over yet, and either is the Texas game. 1-0 to Juan Rivera. Who smacks one down the left field line, but he hooks it foul into the second deck.
That's about as far as you can hit a baseball. When we talked about Ziegler, very difficult to hit the ball out of the ballpark against. Goes that fastball around 81 to 86. He's got a slider and a great changeup. Keeps the ball down very well, but that pitch was elevated. And Juan unable to keep it fair, though, but it was crushed.
When that fan got here today, do you think he thought to himself, we're in prime position for a foul ball?
That's zero chance.
There's a base hit by Rivera into right field. That moves Morales up to third base.
Well, that's that slider off the outside part of the plate. That's what you got to do. You got to go with the pitch. Think other way against Ziegler.
Willits is in to pinch run for Rivera.
Well, you talk about a spot here now for Meister to get that run across. The Angels got to score this run. That's why you got Reggie in there just in case the ground ball's hitting the infield to be able to try to break up the double play.
Meister 0 for 3 today. Struck out last time up. With Willits and his Turris running, it's a very tough double play.
Oakland playing the middle infield back enough to playing double play depth. They feel that they can get a double play if Meister will hit that ground ball second or short.
And the third baseman now is Kennedy, who stayed in the game. The Angels have gone 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position today.
A surprising move, though, for Bob Guerin in Oakland. You're down by 1. I don't think you can take that chance to give up a run here. Got to bring the infield in.
A hard hit ball, fair, right down the right field line. Scores Morales. Here comes Willits around third. Streaking to the plate. He will score. And on to third base is Turris. 2 big runs, and the Angels lead it 7-4.
Talk about clutch. Fans responding to Meister once again, coming through with the big base hit. So right down the first base line.
Big hit for Meister is Turris, who has always been one of the better clutch hitters on the club. That's a double, and they gave Ellis an error. The infield is in as Napoli fouls one back. Napoli hit a long home run in the 4th inning. One and one to Napoli. Hard hit. Ellis diving makes a nice play. And the throw to third turns it into a double play. Mark Ellis, good play. But the big hit by his Turris has given the Angels a 3-run lead heading to the 9th. A little cushion going to the ninth.
Well, I mean, Meister's so steady, whether it's at the plate or in the field. There's a change-up on the inside part of the plate. He wanted it down and away. Gets over the plate, rocketed right down first base line. Reggie Willis in there, pinch running. Mike Scioscia takes Juan Rivera out to put him in for this purpose, to be able to score on a double, and that's what happened with Reggie Willis with that speed. And Meister's seeing it right away. He's picking up Dino Eagle to see the play at the plate. Then all of a sudden, sees the ball get away from Mark Ellis and gets to third base. Good base running.
Now we get to the ninth inning, and Brian Fuentes takes over for the Angels.
Also, Meister had that great double play he turned against Rajai Davis in the seventh inning. So great all-around game. Now Fuentes in there with 44 saves, trying to get number 45.
Landon Powell leads off for Oakland. Kurt Suzuki has grabbed a bat. He's waiting on deck for the A's. Powell hits a fly ball center field. Torrey Hunter back, trying to see it, and makes the catch. One out in the ninth.
Your attention, please, for Oakland. Batting for Eric Patterson, number 8, Kurt Suzuki.
Kurt Suzuki pinch hitting for the A's. Kurt hitting .272. Fouls one back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kurt Suzuki. The Angels 2 outs away from winning this one, which would cut the magic number down to 3. And we'll see what happens in Arlington, where the Rangers are batting down by a run in the bottom of the ninth. Two and one to Suzuki. Three and one.
Three-one pitch right here. If you're Fuentes, just throw that fastball right down the middle.
That was the idea. Suzuki fouled it back.
Well, you can't be hurt even if he hits the ball out of the ballpark. You still got a 2-run lead, but if you walk guys, for whatever reason, that starts to your opponent to feel that they're back in the game because you're missing location.
Two out, a runner on first in the bottom of the ninth for the Rangers. And Suzuki pops one up to the right side. Is Turris. 2 out. Fuentes gets the first 2 in order. Cliff Pennington coming up now for the A's. And it's a final score now in Arlington, Doobie. The Rangers fall to Tampa Bay 7-6. The magic number is 3. One more out here would make it 2.
Well, that's a devastating loss for the Rangers. Up 5-0. 6-4 in the 9th. At home.
And coming here tomorrow for what could have been a big series. Now they have to sweep. There's one pop foul out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to Pennington. The A's are down to their last strike. And the crowd standing. Base hit into left field for Pennington. Keeps Oakland alive. And the top of their order coming up now, Rajay Davis. Davis with a 14-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 4, so he's getting one more shot here. Strike 1. No balls and 2 strikes to Davis. And again, Oakland down to their last strike. Fuentes trying to finish it off. Check swing foul.
Oh, good spot on that pitch by Fuentes. Fooled Davis, but he was able to fight it off.
He came in hard on Rajay's hands. And a tapper back to the mound. Just another halo victory. The Angels 7-4 over the Oakland A's. Texas blows a 5-0 lead in Arlington, and the magic number is down to 2.
Boy, Mike